Hey, welcome to the Gig Show. I am your host, Jim Dorman, and today we are very excited to have our guest in studio, Vicky Lynch, a singer, songwriter, and performer from right here in Abington, Mass. Welcome to the Gig Show.
Thank you for having me. It's so fun.
let me introduce the folks a little bit to you. Vicky is a full-time musician, singer, and performer all around the South Shore and Boston area, and even beyond. Some gigs in Florida recently, right?
Yeah, over Christmas.
She's been singing from a very young age. Started taking piano lessons at 8 years old, and picked up the guitar around the 4th grade. Her initial start as a performer began at the Cappuccini School, which we've had quite a few people that come from that. So come from there. Good training. The Performing Arts School right in East Bridgewater. Her love and passion for music has been inspired by her godfather, her uncle, and her parents, who always made sure to either be listening or to playing music in her home where she grew up in Abington, Mass. So look forward to getting to know you a little bit better, although I've known you since you were AHS graduate, 2013, star of many of our drama productions, and Elle Woods in Legally Blonde.
Senior year of high school, That seems like a lifetime ago.
It seems like yesterday to me.
Ago. Really?
Yeah, it really does.
So
it
funny.
really, I can still kind of, remember like you being on stage at different times. I mean, even like as a freshman, I think you ended up being the lead in Susical, right?
I did, I was Maisie LeBird.
Maisie LeBird, kind of.
Yes, I was.
There. But,
and
it's
so funny.
You weren't Annie and Annie, even despite the red hair.
Mr. Shannon told me my voice was too mature, and I think that's a good compliment. It's a compliment.
But you had a good part.
But I had a good part. I was Lily St. Regis.
And All Shook Up was another. I'll always remember kind of If I Can Dream, I think.
Oh, so
that
good.
Song.
So amazing.
That's when I said, wait a second, that voice is so good.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you so much.
Maybe you could tell us a little bit about, obviously by then you were already performing and singing, but how did music get in your life?
So as you briefly mentioned in my intro, I was just raised in a very musical household. My mom was always singing and playing. They didn't perform out anymore. Like once they had kids, they weren't performing. But my mom used to play and sing, and my dad used to play drums and sing. And he was always, I'm going to be a rock star. I'm going to be a rock star. So there was always music in the house. My mom would sing to us to sleep at night, or my dad every single night. So that was super special to have that. And my brother played guitar when we were younger. It was just, we've always been singing. We've always been playing. We used to call ourselves like the Partridge Family, because we were happy birthdays, or like 5-part harmonies. So we were just raised, I was just raised in a very musical, creative household.
That certainly helps a lot.
Yeah.
I kind of hear that story a lot. It's kind of rare that you get someone that says no.
It's funny to me when I hear, like I have some friends, I have a ton of friends that are musicians, of course, and I do have a handful that are like, no, nobody else in my family does music. And they're very talented. It's I feel like it's rare, so it's very and totally the opposite of my experience. So
wait, what kind of gigs did your parents play together?
So they didn't play. They weren't gigging. My mom used to be a theater performer, but they don't gig at all.
Right.
They're not like professional musicians, but they're awesome. They're great.
Do you remember like what kind of music maybe you listened to or were inspired by at all?
Yeah. So my dad was like 80s hair bands all day. It was rock. It was always like rock and roll. He loved Metallica and Iron Maiden and stuff like that, which I actually love. I do enjoy that as well. But my mom was more like singer-songwriter-y, like Carly Simon. She loved Carly Simon. Like James Taylor. So I kind of had two ends of the spectrum, at least as the influence. But for me, as a vocalist, I tended to lean more towards like Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, kind of like powerhouse female vocalists.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a little bit of everything. I'm still that way. I love to to rock out on stage, but I love to do stripped down like acoustic. You'll see me maybe Iron Maiden every once in a while.
That's kind of interesting you say that, because I've thought about like, because you have, having heard you sing before, I know you have like some dynamics in your singing, and I was thinking about Linda Ronstadt a little bit. Did you listen to her at all?
So I didn't, and it's funny, I get her all the time. Especially after solo gigs, because it's a different, like you said, dynamically, I guess. When I'm singing rock, it sounds different than when I'm singing pop and R&B. But when I do my acoustic
Right.
shows, I get Linda Ronstadt all the time. And I still have not learned any Linda Ronstadt.
Okay.
I need to do that. Yeah. So now that's my sign. That's my sign.
My suggestion. No, I was thinking the song Blue Bayou because I don't think I noticed when I was younger how much like she goes from being like kind of soft and introspective to just boom, you know, when she goes to the chorus. And I said, Vicky could do that.
Okay, I wonder if that's why. Well, thanks.
So
I will have to.
I mean, because and it's so kind of,
What's the name of the song?
Blue Bayou.
Blue Bayou. Okay. Yeah.
Blue Bayou. And I forget who, because I think all her songs are covers. I don't think she.
Oh, really?
I don't think she wrote at all.
Really?
I could be somewhat wrong in that, but I think, and it's funny, but most of her songs, I think a lot of people know her version of it.
Yeah.
You know, because
like made popular by.
But you found out that it was an earlier like an R&B song or something like that. She chose pretty wisely. Anyway, so I just that particular song, when I kind of thought of the way I've seen and heard you sing, I said, to kind of like when everything like, okay, this is like melancholy, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I love that too. So I'll have to check it out. That's my sign. That's my sign. Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what about instrumentally? What did you like? I know you play and you teach. Do you just teach piano, or do you teach guitar too?
So I'm a piano teacher mostly, and I vocal coach kind of.
Okay.
A little bit. I teach more like performance when it comes to vocals.
Right.
But I am also a voice teacher. Guitar, no. I would not know how to teach guitar.
Right.
I'd be like, I wouldn't know how to describe it, basically. Self-taught on guitar. My godfather that you mentioned also in my intro, he is one of the best guitarists that I know. Not biased. He used to come over at blues and rock and just shred all day. He would crank the amp, and I was like, I want to do that. Do I do that? No. But he got me my first guitar. He gave me his first guitar when I was, I think, second grade. I don't know how old that makes you roughly, but I was in roughly second grade when he gave me my first guitar. And around fourth grade, using YouTube, because I am that old, young, using YouTube, I was just like, oh, I can do that. Oh, she's doing, okay. And I just used to sit on YouTube and watch and watch and watch. And that's how I learned at least how to play guitar. And piano was around second grade. I started taking lessons as well. So I've always been doing it. I've always picked up musical like instruments and just always loved to create, I guess. Yeah, I was writing songs on the bus in second grade.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So you started writing right away?
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I actually just found the songbook from second grade, from when I was on the bus, like writing. I used to change the lyrics to songs that already existed. Basically, that's how I started songwriting. So like a Hillary Duff song, I remember specifically, I was just like, oh, I'm just going to change the lyrics. Now it's my song. My sister's like, no, it's not. Either way. And so I've always been a songwriter. But I think as I got older, well, actually there's been this transition, right? Mm-hmm. I was a songwriter when I was young and just dabbling in instruments. And then theater became my life. I miss theater days. Theater was my life.
Okay.
I was in performing arts school. I was just performing all the time and in school. And instruments took a back seat. And then somewhere middle of high school, I was like, I want to perform as me. I want to be me. I don't want to perform necessarily as other people anymore. I want to perform as Vicky Lynch. And so I just started, I don't know exactly where that happened, but I just started playing again, singing, writing a little bit here and there. The songwriting also took a backseat once I became a professional musician, because I don't know if it was just the perfectionist in me for sure, but also totally just lost my train of thought. But just wanting to, just be in the cover scene. When you're in the cover scene, that was how I got the majority of my experience. Doing that. And now I'm just kind of back into, I want to do me. I want to write, I want my songs. This is partially why I'm here too, of course. Yeah. I don't want to be sitting on my songs anymore. And that's always been, I think, I'm going full circle. Yeah. It was like little Vicky wrote songs and played instruments, and then the journey, and now we're back to wanting to really to do that.
That's cool.
Never thought of it like that, actually.
When did you first do a gig, I guess, that not on your own or with the band or something like that?
That's a really good question. I used to do performances, not paid gigs, but I used to do, every year there's an annual vigil for overdose for like the Brockton Area Collaborative.
Okay.
And I've been performing at that for like 10 years,
Okay.
every year. So that was a performance, I guess, in a way. But my first like professional gig was in 2019.
Okay.
2019. I played at Club Cafe in Boston. And I had posted a video of me singing on my Facebook, and somebody shared it and found it, and they're like, "Oh, do you want to come play this gig?" I was like, "Oh, in Boston?" Yeah, and I did it, and it was amazing. And through that gig is how I met somebody that was also on that same gig who said, "You need to be doing this professionally. How can I help you?" Essentially.
Okay, so that was a progression that happened. 6 years after high school.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
And so did you do any more performing at all, like after high school, like either theater or?
No, not really.
Not really?
I'm trying to think about it. I'm like, there was this time, there was this chunk of time in my early 20s.
We have like the lost years here. Vicky Lynch, the missing years.
I was just going to say, I was literally just going to say that. Like my early 20s, I kind of dropped off, and I was a professional nanny. I had a house and dogs and all these things. I think I went like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
I was settled, which I don't regret it, wouldn't change a thing. But it wasn't until about like 24, that makes sense, 6 years or so after high school, that something just like, I moved back home, and it just like everything changed. And that's when music became like everything.
Oh, that's crazy. I had no idea. So that's,
crazy.
Obviously I've heard about the more recent. I figured, maybe just.
No, I guess I took a hiatus, and I didn't consider it I didn't think of it like that.
Right.
I was still playing. Just not gigging, not performing. I was actually posting a lot on my social media at that time. I was posting videos, like performing videos all the time.
Okay.
Not
so
TikTok
you did a lot of
anything,
that
yeah,
stuff.
I used to do that.
Did you always write or?
I've always been a songwriter. Yeah.
To the songs, you said that at first you changed the lyrics, which I think actually is probably a good way, because you saw how they structured the song. Maybe
What?
when you said you write your own lyrics to existing songs, but you probably studied the structure and everything.
I guess it's true.
I don't know. So you know how they do it. Between the verses and the choruses and the bridges.
Kind of like a typical. I would say like typical pop structure is kind of how, not intentionally, but it's how I end up writing. Yeah. Is like verse, chorus, bridge, double chorus. Like it tends to kind of fall into that. And I'm actually envious, like Matt, he's an incredible guitarist and musician as well. He's so improvisational, and so like, his creation is so much different than mine, and in a great way, I'm envious, I think, of people that can like kind of go off the form. I'm not there yet.
And Matt, who's going to be joining you.
Matt, who's going to be joining me
when you sing a song.
Yes.
Today, Matt is an accompanist, right?
Yes.
What's his full name?
Matt Caparelli.
Oh, okay, and he's from local area.
He is from Natick, actually, Ashland, Natick. Yeah.
Oh.
Area. Yeah.
Excellent.
We met through the music scene.
Okay.
So yeah.
Before I know we want to have you do a song with Matt for us, but I still, some of these other things like I want to cover is this. And it always impresses me when someone has been in theater that they've kind of learned a lot from theater about performing and stuff. Does that give you confidence and,
1,000%. 1,000%. Even though it's a completely different animal. Like when I started performing musician gigs, I'd say I was comfortable from the start, but it's just a different animal.
Right.
And you're you. Right? So of course it's different, but I would definitely, my experience with theater, because I started going to theater, Cappuccini when I was young.
Right.
My first go at performing arts school I was like 5 or 6, and I was too afraid to fake a cry, so I quit.
Oh.
Oh my God. Just so funny to think about now, but my experience with theater definitely gave me the confidence to be on stage.
Right.
Yeah, I think I've always been that way. Like I say, I love music and I love to sing, but I love to perform.
Yeah.
Performing is really my passion, no matter what, whether I'm dancing or anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's performing.
How did you get into theater? Did someone? Did your parents? You don't know. You
I
just
don't know.
went.
I remember very distinctly when I sang. I was in the kitchen one day with my mom, and I sang an Irish lullaby that my grandmother used to sing to us, and she cried, and she was like, "You have a great voice." I was like 5 or 6, and I think that just was like, we have to put her in theater. Yeah. So I think I was, again, same age that I started going to Cappuccini right with the first time when I was too afraid to cry. yeah, it was around the same time, I think. So my mom discovered, I think, that I could sing from a young age. And then like, we got to get her in something. We got to put her in something, put her in theater. Yeah. And so I think that's when it started. And then fast forward to like 6th grade, and I was like, I want to go back. I'm ready. I want to go back to performing arts school. And that's when I got like back kind of into theater. Again, there's a little hiatus.
Yeah, right.
This little chunk of time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that I never thought about that, but I think that's kind of how it happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely talked to some people. Well, this is going to go on offshoot here, but did you ever hear the pop star Jesse McCartney?
Oh, I loved Jesse McCartney. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I loved Jesse McCartney.
So I got to interview Jesse McCartney.
Really?
Yeah, back a long time ago, like 2007. Okay,
That's amazing.
and I didn't even really know much about him at all.
Yeah.
They just asked. I was asked if I could interview him. And
where?
Well, he was going to be performing in Cohasset at the South Shore Music Circus.
Oh, okay.
And guess who opened for him?
Who?
The Jonas Brothers.
Really?
Yes.
It's my dream concert. I'm like, I love that.
And guess who turned down doing an interview
You.
with the Jonas Brothers?
You?
Yes, because I was they had a young girl group opening for that, doing the first group called Girl Authority, and I had to interview like an 11-year-old girl, and they wanted to be like the next Disney thing. And Jesse McCartney, and then the Jonas Brothers, and I had to interview Jesse McCartney, and I was like, I'm already interviewing 2 people for this, and I'm only getting paid like $50.
So sorry, Jonas Brothers.
And I had no idea who they were or whatever. They hadn't really
Really?
hit. I mean, no,
That's
they
so
hadn't.
funny.
Next thing you know, they were on like Tiger Beat and all that stuff like that. Anyway,
Yeah, Tiger Beat, I was gonna say,
the reason I brought it up was because I actually, Jesse McCartney had been on Broadway and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he had done. That's what he did like first before like any kind of. He was in like some kind of boy band and stuff like that. So I was able to ask.
Street.
Yeah,
I know.
Oh, you know.
Oh, I know.
that's
90s baby.
Yeah, and he just told me about how like you just know how to present yourself without, no matter what goes wrong behind the scenes or whatever. And actually, not too long after that, I got to. This show is not about me. Reviewed Linda Ronstadt.
Conversation. Oh, really? Oh,
yeah, at the same place, South Shore Music Circus, and she was complaining about everything that wasn't working right.
Oh,
like
no.
she kept, I can't hear myself, and this and that and everything. And I said, no theater person. And she was a theater person though too. She did stuff, but she did a lot of big things, and I was like, come on, Linda, but that's probably
you
what
have to know how to.
Yeah.
Especially because theater is it's one shot, right? It's one shot, and that's it. It's live. Yeah. So you definitely have to learn how to adapt. Right. And my favorite quote, the show must go on.
The show must go on.
And I use that in my daily life. The show must go on. You got to just keep trucking,
Somebody messes up a line or the thing doesn't work, right?
Yeah, you have to be ready to think on your feet. And performing as a musician is absolutely the same. There's technical difficulties all the time. You forget words, even if they're in front of you. There's, there's always these things.
You're ready for anything.
Oh, yeah. I guess so. I didn't think of it, but
That's what Jesse McCartney said. That's what he said.
So funny.
He said that's I learned to just be, like you said. So, we definitely want to hear you sing. So we got a couple original. Well, first we'll start with the first original. We'll close with another original, which is so cool. What's the song you're gonna sing?
So the first song I'm gonna do with Matt, and that's gonna be For a Minute. And I'm gonna be on my keys.
All right. And, so let's break with For a Minute with Vicky Lynch and Matt Caparelli.
1, 2, 3, 4. You call me, I wanna say what's on my mind. How are you? I'm okay. Well, maybe that's a lie. And I miss you, and I want you to be here all of the time. Well, how do I tell you that this is not enough? From where it all started to where we ended up. And I know that I'll have to accept that you were never really mine. But can we pretend for a minute that when all is said and done, that you saying that you love me meant that I'm the only one? And you tell me that you want this, 'cause nothing else had mattered anyway. For a minute I'll believe it's what you say. For a minute, I'll pretend it wasn't always meant to end this way. Well, back then we were convinced it all would be okay and that we'd handle the heartbreak if that's what it would take. And it was iffy timing, but silver linings made the illusion of it all seem so real. Now I want you to tell me just what is on your mind, and you'd be okay without me and leaving this behind. If that's your truth, then won't you say it? 'Cause you know that I'll be fine. I'll be fine. But can we pretend for a minute that when all is said and done, that me telling you I love you meant that you're the only one? And you tell me that you want this 'cause nothing else had mattered anyway. For a minute I'll believe it's what you'd say. For a minute I'll pretend it wasn't always meant to end this way. Can we pretend for a minute? Ooh. Can we pretend for a minute that when all is said and done, that you saying that I love you meant I was the only one? And you tell me that you want this 'cause nothing else had mattered anyway. Oh, can we pretend for a minute? Oh, oh,
All right. Hey, welcome back. And Vicky, that song was excellent. I love
you.
the emotion in it.
Thank
I
you so
love
much.
the little pause at the end and the kind of emotional finish.
Yeah.
So very good. And nice job by
Thank
Matt
you.
as well.
He's incredible as well.
Yeah. So definitely like to hear more of your original music. But we were just talking a little bit about your gap in years and things like that. But I know more recently, in addition to playing solo acoustic gigs or maybe duo acoustic gigs, you were very busy in, I guess, what I would call like show bands.
Oh yeah.
Like doing
Like
big events and
stuff?
weddings
Oh, yeah.
and what do we get? Beach nights.
Yeah, so quite a few years ago, I think 3 years ago now, I joined Beach Nights. It just, same thing, it just happened. Like once I got into the music scene, it just kind of like, connection.
Right.
And I've been very grateful to be surrounded by genuine, authentic musicians that I keep close to me as well. Because the industry is, there's a toxic side, of course, and there's egos and all these things, and it absolutely exists. But Beach Nights was the first, like, I shouldn't say the first real band because I was in another one as well. But that was like, I had never been so busy in my life singing. Weddings, charity, we did like the Toast for St. Jude's, which they still do every year. And I'm no longer with them, but I still work alongside their band leader, Chris Matheson. He gets us, so I kind of have my own band now that I'm forming, which just happened very synchronistically. Did I just say that right? Synchronistically? Yeah. I just was like, I want to be doing my own thing. I want to be a band leader. I feel like I own that role, especially as a front person. And I want to have control over when I sing, even though I'm grateful to be busy, not a bad problem to have. I just was like, okay, how do I make this happen? And Chris Matheson from Beach Nights had offered me a handful of full band dates, and I took them. And I said, yes, there's only one problem. I don't have a band.
Yeah.
But slowly but surely, I pulled Matt in. because he's also a freelancer. And he knew somebody that he plays drums with, so I pulled him in. I have this beautiful friend, Janine, who plays keys. And it just kind of like happened very organically, where I was like, do you guys want to be in my band? And it's just an incredible group of musicians now. We played last night. That's who I was with last night at Time Out near Fenway. It's my little project now. So we go by VKL. Right now it's just my initials.
Okay.
Victoria Kate Lynch. Right now it's just VKL.
Okay.
Because we just got band dates, so we were like, we don't even have a band name. So right now it's just under my band name, or under my name, and that's what I've been doing for now. We have a couple weddings booked under my name too for this year already, which is kind of cool.
So that brings up a whole different set of questions and things, because definitely one of the things I saw with not only Beach Nights, but also, and that was a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I was with them for like three full years.
Right.
And
Legends of Summer, is that?
So Legends of Summer so Chris from Beach Nights manages them as well.
Okay.
And my sister dates the drummer. It's a very, I hate to say like incestual, it's very like intermingled like scene.
Right.
But yeah, so Legends of Summer I sing with occasionally, yeah.
I could see things like that, whereas somebody has a gig and they need different musicians, or even if, I just wonder how it works for you. I'll call, this is a new wrinkle if you're doing it with your own band, but I could see you jumping in with another band if their singer couldn't do it. Or
I do that all the time. Okay. It's like a lot of my gig schedule this year is band, this band, this band, this band, still doing weddings. Right. But luckily, gratefully, I get called all the time to sub out, which is great. Keeps me busy.
And I know in December you did 2 gigs down in Florida.
Yeah.
And that was the Vicky Lynch
That was under
band.
my name as well.
Was it the same people you're going to have in the band now? Or?
It was half of my band now, and the drummer of Legends of Summer.
Okay. So
so essentially, it's all, we call it the band fam, because it is. We're that close. It's a band family. That was also very, very lucky that happened, because last year, around Christmas time, I was asked to come and sub in Florida to sing with this other band. Okay. And so I was going to do that again this year, or last year. And the original band canceled. And I went, so perfect. So I said, can I have the booker's information? Right. And we ended up playing a couple of shows in Florida over Christmas. So very lucky circumstance. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm thinking that Chris was probably doing a lot of the like setting up gigs and stuff when you were doing the Beach Nights, right? And I don't know about Legends of Summer, but anyway, so now are you going to be doing more of that? Yeah,
I think that I missed that side of it. I think it was good for me. It's good for my ADHD brain to like have that focus. So when I was doing when I was like full-time musician a few years ago, doing a lot of solo shows. It was a one-man show. I was doing all my booking, all the reaching out. And when I got into Beach Nights, I like missed that element, which surprised me. I'm like, no, you would think, and I did for a little bit, that I was like, oh, they're handling it. I just get to show up and sing and get paid and have fun. And then quickly it became like, well, I don't have the control over it, I guess, that I think that I want to have when it comes to something I'm so passionate about. I'm back to booking, back to being the booking girl and handling the money and everything, and which I like, I think. I think I like it.
This is incredible, because this is the gig show, and we've had people that, we're trying to get gigs, used to do a lot of gigs, or, whatever, but I don't know that we've ever had anybody that was really as in it as you are, and even more so now that you're saying it's your band. So I'm just wondering how about, do you like doing the business side? Is there anything you can tell?
It's interesting, right? Because I said I missed it. No, I like the creation. I like the playing. But I like having control over my schedule. And I think that that's part of it. Okay. And control over when I use my voice. And actually, I'm going to bring this up then. Yeah. Part of that in leaving Beach Nights was because I had lost my voice. I was so busy, gratefully, that I lost my voice. Wow. And I think part of that also, which I know, is that I was engaged in the toxic side of the industry, because I went from my early 20s, like I said, I was settled, kind of. I wasn't out and about. I wasn't like a typical 21-year-old. Okay. But as soon as the music scene hit, in around 24, 25, I was definitely indulging a lot. And it's not sustainable. Late nights, binge eating food, like awful food. drinking a lot. And I think all of that obviously contributed to me finally losing my voice on top of a very busy gig schedule. And so that shook things, of course, because I was a full-time musician at that point, and I could not sing, and I couldn't even talk. It was devastating. It was devastating. I think I'm still in the realm, even though it's been years, of trying to rebuild my confidence, which is even like during the performance, right? I was like, I'm still feeling shaky in myself. It definitely knocked a huge chunk of my confidence that I'm still rebuilding. And I think having my own band and control over when I sing is part of the cure to that, right? Because now it's not somebody else telling me when and where I have to show up. I get to go, oh, you know what? I can't bulk up my schedule like that because I can't sustain that. It's not sustainable. So gratefully, I learned it pretty quickly, but it came with,
Well, I mean, just looking at some of the videos, it looks like so much fun.
Oh, incredible.
Like it's like some of these venues that you're playing, I think there's well over 1,000 people.
Maybe not that many.
Well, no, okay, hundreds. There are hundreds. I mean,
I guess,
some of them, it looks like there's people, and they're all having, like, if you're in your 20s, what you would consider to be the best time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're out front singing. But I also thought about what the pressure that might be to be doing that, like, and not really maybe feeling, having to get yourself up for that. Maybe you don't feel it.
Absolutely. There was especially during that chunk of time when I was full-time and my solo shows. Yeah. And with beach nights, because that overlapped. There was many days where I had to like really pull myself up and be like, we have to do this. Like it is, people put performers on a pedestal, and I don't get why really, but it makes it difficult, I think, it makes it difficult for people to understand, period. I guess that's the thought. It makes it difficult for, I'm not going to call normal people, but normal people that aren't musicians to understand how difficult it is sometimes. I mean, it seems like such a first world problem, but how difficult it is when you're having a bad mental health day or you have a lot going on in your personal life. You just can't even get out of bed and you have to go and put on a happy face. It's really hard. There are definitely days still that it is difficult, but it just remind ourselves that it's also healing. Music can also be cathartic. It is cathartic, and we can use those opportunities to lift us up as well, and hopefully in turn lift others as too. That's why I do it. I do it because I want to be lifting other people up, and I know how much music helps me and heals me. Right. And so that gets me through those days when I feel like I can't pull through. That's kind of the thing. I'm like, if it's healing me, hopefully it's healing you, and we're healing together. We're healing the world. Right. That's really what
That's what I kind of thought that, might be something to deal with, definitely. And also just because you guys have done a lot of weddings. Yeah. And weddings, people could be pretty demanding of what they want and don't want. Right?
It's true. I've been very lucky, like that, the wedding side of it, other than the few that I've booked this year, which are awesome clients. I didn't have to deal with any of that, luckily. That was all Chris. That was all, like, he had to kind of deal with the back end of that. Weddings were really long days, but they're so fun.
Yeah, okay, so it is fun.
Oh my God, yeah.
So you
get to be a part
that.
of. Yeah, there gets to be a time in the season where I'm like, I don't want to wear a dress and heels anymore. But again, that's a minor issue comparatively. Well, so yeah.
It's a little softball question, but I'm interested in that. Do you have a wardrobe of things you need to wear?
Yeah, my closet full of dresses.
Types of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like cocktail attire or black tie events. Some of the charity events are all like black tie. I have some ball gowns. I have some cocktail dresses. A whole bin of shoes. Yes, I do.
Oh, it's quite a business.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes with the clubs, I think you just wear whatever.
Yeah, you can wear whatever you want. Whatever I want to, whatever aesthetic I kind of want to give off. Yeah.
And here's another offshoot question, but last year I went on a cruise. Have you ever thought of playing the cruise stuff?
So I just went on a cruise for my first time. Yeah. Where'd you go?
Went from Miami to Cozumel and Bimini.
On what cruise line?
Virgin.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like,
and they had very good musicians. That was my favorite part of it was there were people like in the lounge, and they were like all cool with each other. There was one real show band, and then there was one woman that played like, she did like a looper thing, and she great voice, and she could kind of turn any song into her own. But then she would join some people from the show band, and some people from the show band would do like a trio, things like that.
So I noticed that what I was going to say is actually I went on my first cruise in June of last year, and I with my friend Sarah, who is also a musician, and we were definitely like, we were scheming. We're like, how do we make this happen? How do we do this? How do we make this happen? And I do have some connections. Matt actually used to do the cruise ship thing, musician thing.
I mean,
too.
I don't know what it sounds like to other people, but I mean, it's like you could have a regular, you know.
I don't know, like travel and play music.
You get to see all this stuff and everything. I mean, it's kind of a weird life, but
yeah, definitely not a like normal lifestyle. But I've definitely considered it. When I first actually that first professional gig I played in Boston. The person that I met there that was like, I want to help you, you should be doing this for a living. The other person that played with her was on cruises, and they were trying to get me onto that as well. So when I first was in the music scene, it was something that was a little more, maybe not more appealing, just it was a little more of like here, do this. And I thought about it. I'm glad I didn't. And I get a little seasick, so I don't know how well that would work out, but it'd be like, la la la, bleh. Yeah, so I've definitely considered it. And Matt and I have actually talked about it, even maybe now, like maybe thinking of us doing it together, traveling and doing the music thing on the cruise ship. So it's funny you mention that.
This young lady that the one with the looper, Danielle Moore, she's probably your age. I mean, she's got a whole like year booked with Virgin Voyages, like, you know, where she's on for a few weeks, off for a few weeks.
Get to enjoy vacation a little bit. I'm like, that sounds great to me.
And the musicians, I thought they were top notch.
They're always incredible.
Some of the really, you know, really good music. One guy, guitar player, was just, you know, whatever. So
I'd be curious about the logistics of that. Like, is it all it's really cracked up to be?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's probably a lot of, you know, there's probably good things and bad things about it, or
just
whatever.
Like anything, right?
The theater people do it too.
Yeah. The shows.
You know, right?
Yeah, the shows and the dancers.
Maybe you could do both. So what's are you able to balance now that you're doing your own band with your like solo acoustic type stuff? Is that kind of the idea, or?
Yeah. So once I lost my voice, I definitely took I had to, first of all, but I took the solo stuff took a backseat.
Right.
Because I didn't feel like my guitar playing was strong enough.
Okay.
And I felt like all I ever learned on guitar, from me anyways, what I think, John Shea will tell you differently, but is that it was to back up my voice.
Yeah.
Same for piano. When I was younger and just like playing around, I just wanted to back up my singing voice. So my guitar skill shows that. And so I didn't feel strong enough for a 3-hour show, unable to use my voice with that. So the solo gigs have taken a major backseat. Yeah, I haven't built that confidence back up yet. I'm not sure if I will anytime soon. But I enjoy doing the duos, and I enjoy the full band, and I'm enjoying what I'm building right now. But I would like to get to a place where I'm back to doing my solo shows again.
Oh, then this thought. Can you are any of your original songs that you can fit into the band format, or you know? I mean, I know that's not always the easiest thing to do if you're playing some sort of wedding. Here's one of my. This
is my original. I know it's about you, but this one's about me.
And the bride's like, no.
I know, right? Yeah, it's something we've talked about for sure. I kind of touched on this earlier. The cover stuff is easy. It's not easy. It's easier when you're getting into the scene. That's like you're in, because most bars want you to play popular music. That's how they keep people in, etc. So the original stuff isn't as, you already kind of touched on that too. It's not as easy to like sneak in, but we've definitely been taught. That's the direction I want to take the band, is mostly original, where we're all writing and collaborating too with my songs that already exist, with a few covers instead of mostly covers with a few originals. And I actually have a date booked at the end of May, and I don't know what day it is off the top of my head. There's a Sunday that we do have, we're doing it as a 4-piece in West Bridgewater. We're doing a little original show. So slowly but surely.
Where can people look if they want to keep up with your gigs?
You can go on my
things?
Socials. Okay. I wish I had my website. I've been saying website for years. I have the domain. The domain is bought, but you can go on my Instagram. It's VK_Lynch. Yeah. And I post all my gig updates on there, as well as, where you can find us, where you can see us. Yeah. And Facebook, Vicky Lynch,
Yeah,
Vicky with a Y.
I can attest that it's not hard to find you. I'm just gonna look Vicky Lynch.
I wonder. I've never Googled myself.
No?
I just thought. Did you Google me?
Yeah, sure. I did.
What came up? I'm like, I want to know what came up on Google.
If you throw out, musician or whatever, that I didn't see anybody else that just, is competing. I could
the
be
one and only.
The Vicky. It wasn't hard. I was kind of. I don't have to get specific with towns or anything. I found some of your Instagram and
that's
things
both
like that.
good and creepy.
Yeah.
not you, not you being creepy. That you can find it that fast.
Yeah,
wow.
I think so. Anyway,
I'll have to Google. I'll have to Google myself.
It's not hard to find.
So you can find me on my socials,
Yeah,
and I post where I am.
And so the next thing is you guys got to record some of this stuff.
Yeah, and so that's really what I again want to be doing. It is. I shouldn't say was. It's early still.
Yeah.
That's one of my goals for this year. It's so expensive. It is so expensive to record, and that's just part of the game, I think. And I have one song that is on Spotify or on Apple Music that is recorded. That wasn't my intention to put out into the world. It was actually a song I wrote for my grandfather that a friend of mine heard and took me to a really nice studio to record it. So you can find my one song. Here's a camera. You can find my one song, Papa, this one's for you, on Spotify. So I think I'm picky about who I record with because it's such a good quality of recording, and it's not cheap. I was shocked when I found out how much it actually is to record a song. I'm going to do it. We're going to get there eventually. There's other ways around that too. And I'm going to say that's my excuse. That's my excuse to why I don't have them out yet.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a major, major next step. I want to be gigging less, I think, for a while.
Right.
And writing and creating and recording more. I think that's the next. I don't think that's the next step. That is what I want to be doing next. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sure you know. We know a few people that have recording studios around here.
It's true.
Our friend Dan Cody, who is able to co-host sometimes. Dan, how you doing out there? Oh yeah, he's always recording locally here, and I'm putting on the spot here, but we get Joe. It's terrible. I can't think of the guy's name, but it's a local thing, and he records with him, and he gets all kinds of great musicians
Joe
that
Merrick?
record. That's one of the guys. Yeah. That's another guys that we had people that had recorded with him, with Joe Merrick. Sorry, Joe. So anyway, we're looking forward to that because I use YouTube Music, but same stuff's all out there, and so that'd be good once you get the band going. So
yeah.
But congratulations on all your success so far. It's so cool. I'm just so blown away. I look away, and there she is. She's out there fronting this band, and people are going crazy and having a good time. And that takes a lot,
It's funny. Thank you for acknowledging it. I don't think I ever acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I don't think that somebody said it to me recently. I was on a retreat a couple weeks ago, and she was like, "You're just so cool. You're such a cool." And I was like. It's like me, and I think it made me kind of see it differently. I don't know why I don't acknowledge that. Maybe it's just hard to acknowledge our accomplishments or whatever, but I don't see it that way as much. I think when I was younger, I was put on such a pedestal and you're going to be famous, you're going to be famous, you're going to be famous, and I think that became a pathology until I realized I like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And especially once I started really doing it and was doing music, I'm doing music full time. I'm making a living playing music. That's all I ever wanted. And how could I, that's everything. And I'm still doing it.
That is so cool. I mean, I'm so impressed. I mean, just looking at the different, gigs coming up and all these things, and you sorting that out, and you're doing the business part of it. How much you gonna pay me?
Yeah, that's right. And I'm asking people around me are like, you got to be charging more. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I know
it's
that
scary.
must be hard though.
It's scary, but it's great.
That's all the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have another song that you're gonna do for us to close the show. What song are you doing?
This song is called Hurricane.
Hurricane.
And yes, I briefed it a little bit earlier with you, telling you that there was somebody that used to call me Hurricane Vic, and it was actually the time of my life when I was a full-time musician, so it does make sense. And did I come into the studio today a little? Yes, absolutely. She still exists.
Still got it.
She still exists.
All right.
But this is a little more kind of like a taking that back. Go ahead, call me a hurricane. That's right. I'm coming in hot. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to the Gig Show. We hope you'll see you here again. But for right now, we're going to close the show with Vicky Lynch with Hurricane.
It's the age-old question, was it me, was it you, who forgot to be honest, who'd forgotten the truth, and how did we get here, how did it end up this way? Well, you never really wanted all the pieces of me, just the fun little highlights, not the low in-betweens. Were you ever really honest? Did it ever really mean anything? I was warring with the storms inside. You were searching for your place to hide. So go ahead and call me a hurricane. Let the wind take you over and drown in the rain. If that's easier for you than having to take any blame. Just look around to your empty apartment, at the remnants of me that you left in the dark. If that's easier for you than having to shine any light on what you left behind, well, this hurricane's not gonna blow over tonight. Well, you took me in your arms and you made me feel safe, but when I really needed you, you pushed me away. Was this ever what you wanted? Were you always gonna leave anyway? I was warring with the storms inside. You just couldn't put down your selfish pride. So go ahead and call me a hurricane. Let the wind take you over and drown in the rain. If that's easier for you than having to take any blame. Just look around to your empty apartment, at the remnants of me that you left in the dark. If that's easier for you than having to shine any light on what you left behind, well, this hurricane's not gonna blow over tonight. I am choosing to put me over you, 'cause this chaos isn't safe anymore. How dare you say we just be friends, so you don't have to hurt like this. It's not my fault you don't know how to love. So go ahead and call me a hurricane. Let the wind take you over and drown in the rain. If that's easier for you than having to take any blame. Just look around your empty apartment, at the remnants of me that you left in the dark. If that's easier for you than having to shine any light on what you left behind, well, this hurricane's not gonna blow over tonight. It's not gonna blow over. This hurricane's not gonna blow over tonight. It's not over tonight.